Welcome to the Ably Speaker Series. Join us as we explore the exciting realm of real-time interactions, including live chats, polls, quizzes, and games, all designed to enhance the live sports event experience. Our guest, Vishal Parikh, CPO at LiveLike, will share insights on the latest trends and innovations in fan engagement and real-time experiences. We'll also delve into their investment in scalable infrastructure, capable of processing millions of interactions and data points in real time.
Hi, my name is Vishal Parikh. I'm the Chief Product Officer at LiveLike. Our customers are in the media, entertainment, and sports space. They are broadcasters, content owners, they're streamers. And what we help solve for them is to engage, retain, and monetize their users through our engagement platform, through our SDKs and APIs that they integrate into their existing experiences and their platforms.
Tell me, what has been your first-hand experience of seeing how the viewer preferences have shifted?
I think in the last couple of years, we're seeing an uptick on platforms introducing more fan engagement solutions. And that's everything from while a live stream is going on, you're asking users questions to interact with content. You're offering live chat experiences so that users can pile in and chant for their favorite team or sometimes talk trash on their competitors, all the way to always on kind of strategies where you're incentivizing users to do the actions that you want them to take and rewarding them for doing so. And so it could be, again, next to live stream content, it could be no video related. You just want to increase engagement in your experience, and some of the expectations are shifting by users and fans because of the uptick in these experiences. And I think you'll see in the next 6, 12, 18 months, more experiences are going to offer these kinds of solutions, features, and users are going to appreciate these kinds of experiences even more.
If you had to pick one of these engagement experiences that people are really kind of digging into and going for, what's been the biggest one that's on the uptick?
Yeah, I think if you'd asked me that about a year ago, I would have said, what we call engagement widgets, which are polls, quizzes, prediction questions, live chat experiences. But what I will say now, having launched this with a few customers and seeing how the adoption has been for these features, is a comprehensive loyalty and rewards program. That loyalty and rewards program is helping incentivize users to take the actions that you want them to take. It could be watching video for a certain amount of time, making predictions before a sporting event or a match starts, registering for an account, subscribing, inviting friends to the platform, anything that you want them to do on your platform, incentivizing them with points, badges, leaderboards, gamifying the experience, and then letting those users exchange points for rewards.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's how do you bring users back, right? You give them an amazing experience, but also reward them for being there.
Exactly. Yeah. Loyalty programs have been in the world for a very long time. You look at hotels, airlines, credit cards. They're rewarding you for choosing them. Why are media platforms any different?
We're talking a lot about the fan engagement experiences, right? Bringing people back to the app, getting users to really engage. What are the key trends you see kind of driving innovation and moving things forward?
I'll say this knowing that it is a buzzword nowadays, but I will say AI and ML has been technologies that have been sort of influencing fan engagement and what that means and how that's executed. I think what AI and specifically generative AI and machine learning is helping us at LiveLike with shape that fan engagement experience is how can we lower the overhead for what it takes to create and push out content so that it can get out to users faster with more context, and how can we get into personalization, understanding what users like, what users don't like, and learning from that and evolving content strategies to better personalize the experience. We're starting off with making it easier for content creators to create that content and publish it out. But as we gather and have all that user data, are you a Giants or a Jets fan? Leveraging artificial intelligence and machine learning, I can now target all the way to targeting Giants jerseys for you versus the next person who might be a Jets fan and target Jets jerseys for them. And so being able to capture that data, contextualize it, and offer personalization capabilities will help these brands think of other ways to monetize and convert those monetization opportunities.
What really excites you the most kind of about this space?
As long as I've been in the media and entertainment and sports space, These companies that I've been at have always talked about direct to consumer and the benefits of going direct and understanding, having a relationship with your users, gathering all that data. But I'm not sure I've seen, other than some of the major players out there, real execution of that data. I think what we're seeing now, and with the unbundling, rebundling, rights owners taking control of that content back and launching these experiences, I think what we're seeing is a need for these brands to really understand what it means to monetize that data. Yeah. And so I think that is definitely one area that I'm excited to see value come out of that first party and zero party data that these brands are able to get. Through innovation, we can help with segmenting, cohorting users in different ways. We can target widgets now to different groups of users and really make it a machine for that brand to start to capture that data, know more about their users, and then be able to target those users and monetize them in very specific ways. Yeah. It's not easy, but I do think the technologies that we're working with, being able to send and capture data in real time and make those real time decisions gives that business or brand the opportunity to be nimble and agile and start to adapt their content strategies in a very dynamic way.
When I think about it, it improves not just the brand's experience, but also like the fans. It's a win-win.
Yeah, I believe so. I think there's not one size fits all kind of mentality in the space. Everybody's personalities and their preferences are all different. I mean, you can all be a Chelsea fan, but you may have different interests. You may like different music. You may have different brands that you associate yourself to. And so being able to personalize and customize the experiences that cater and resonate with that specific user in a very specific way is something that we help with, and we've seen a tremendous success in being able to resonate with that user from that brand's perspective.
Now, just talking about the widget delivery, because that's a really big thing when it's a quiz or a poll, what makes it have to be real time?
In the sports context specifically, when the moment happens, you want to be able to capture that user's sentiment, for example, or capture that excitement in that moment when it happens. If you were to deliver that 10, 20 seconds later, it becomes irrelevant. It becomes a little shocking for the user. All of us, we're all used to instant gratification. And so as soon as something happens, you want to know that your input was received and that something happens right away. And so user behavior expectations all the way to sports context, delivering real-time experiences is extremely important.
Yeah, it's like if you were in watching a Knicks game and it's like, will Jalen Brunson score, these free throws? And then he doesn't. And it's just like 10 minutes later, you find that out, it's useless. It's useless information, right?
Yeah, that reminds me of other examples where whether it's betting or free-to-play prop bets, and it's real timeliness is extremely important and relevant. If we aren't able to deliver real-time experiences, the user knows that they can get real-time experiences somewhere else on another platform. And so once you lose that opportunity, that trust that the user may have built with your brand, you might lose that customer, to your point, and they may lose faith in that brand. And they know that they can get that data elsewhere. So it's really important to nail that real-time experience the first time.
We've talked about, your widgets product, these polls, these quizzes. I gotta imagine some of these experiences go to tons and tons of users concurrently. I'd love to know, how do you go about delivering these quality experiences at scale when we're talking some really big concurrency?
One example is the fan zone experience for the FIFA World Cup in 2022. We needed to process millions of users' predictions that they were making. As soon as the match was over, we needed to process those predictions, update leaderboards within minutes, and having to push that out across the world. And so having to support that kind of scale, we really needed to nail down our infrastructure. I mean, a year or two ago at LiveLike, those were the kinds of scale problems that we didn't need to solve for. But as we evolved our feature set and as we evolved our use cases and clients were coming to us, Chelsea Football Club is another one. They have a prediction game. Users make predictions on every match coming up. We process all the stats and the data that comes in, and we have to update real time the leaderboard scores and ranks of users as soon as that match is done. With these experiences, having that expectation and users expecting instant gratification, we needed to update our infrastructure and our ability to support millions of concurrents, as well as processing a ton of data in a very short amount of time. And so we feel like we're at the point now where we can start to explore larger brands with higher concurrence, different use cases, still maintaining that real-time aspect to the platform.
I'm wondering, how can content collaborators, these brands, work with tech partners to address the challenge of this real-time engagement to secure ROI and actually make it worth their time?
I think ways that brands can work with technology partners like us, lean in on the fan engagement experience while also considering the ROI, is through contextual advertising and sponsorship, as well as understanding the data that they're capturing that they are able to use and further monetize. Through those contextual, customizable advertising and sponsorship opportunities, you can really make the technology pay for itself. One example is a client of ours integrated our solutions to increase engagement to the point where they got enough impressions on a video asset because they incentivized users that watch that video would earn points.
In the space, there's a lot of fast movers. There's people innovating and really taking this whole fan engagement stuff seriously. There are those that haven't really gone on the journey yet. So if you were to talk to someone that's coming on board and they're like, I'm ready, I don't know what to do, what do you tell them?
When we talk to prospects that may be on the fence about adapting a fan engagement strategy or integrating fan engagement solutions, the one thing that sticks to me in my experience being in this industry for so long is that content is not always king. The variety of different platforms that you can consume content on, you may have the exclusive rights for this specific piece of content. But as a user, I may not want to watch the live stream. I only want to watch the clips and highlights. That fan engagement puzzle piece is something that can help strengthen the relationship and the loyalty that the user has to your specific platform, to incentivize them, to encourage them, for them to have a little bit more fun coming to your platform versus the next platform.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Vishal. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.